an important aspect of effective evangelism. Paul's approach in Acts 17 serves as a model for engaging with diverse cultures and respecting their context while sharing the gospel. He demonstrated a profound understanding of the cultural and spiritual background of his audience, using their own religious practices as a gateway to introduce them to the true God. Your point about how believers engage with others is crucial. Evangelism isn't just about sharing a message. It's about understanding and respecting the unique experiences and beliefs of those we're engaging with. By finding common ground and showing genuine respect, we can build bridges that allow for meaningful conversations and connections. Paul's example encourages us to approach others with empathy and understanding, recognizing that each person's spiritual journey is unique. By doing so, we can share the message of God's love in a way that resonates and brings about transformation.
I like the way that you don't have to do it with everyone, right? Paul is not going to, Africa or whatever in trying to relate to them. I mean, Paul grew up in the Greek culture, grew up speaking Greek, grew up as a Roman citizen. And so when he's quoting poets and when he's talking about the Greek mythology, there's an intimate understanding of what is being done around him because he's actually experienced it. He's grown up in it. He's grown up around it. He has an intimate awareness of what's going on. And if we were able to do that just in the things that we are aware of, that we have a connection to, like, for example, hip hop for me is a great example because obviously I'm African American, I love the music, but some of it I don't. I don't like WAP. I think some of it's very misogynistic. There are songs I don't like. I don't necessarily like the violent stuff and all that, whatever, but I do connect to some of I believe there's some very introspective lyrics talking about the struggle of the African American ethnos in this country, about the reality of some of the racial misandry or police brutality that is going on that I really can connect to. And out of that, there's an intimacy for me to be able to share the other elements. So, but I'm not going to basically do that with country music, or I'm not going to go to I have a friend that does beekeeping and he collects honey and sells it. I don't have any intimate knowledge about anything like that. There might be other people. I mean, he does, right? And he can go and he's a believer and he loves Jesus. And so, he can go and he can preach to all the agnostics or all the people who don't worship Jesus that keep bees. And that's the way that God is trying when he says that I put everybody in particular circumstances and situations, that he's put us in situations where we're able to connect to those people who have not experienced God's love, that we may, my friend's example, keep bees and collect honey and at the same time have intimate knowledge and connecting to those people in that community in a way that I never could because, I'm cool and I don't collect bees and, beekeeping. Have you ever seen those hazmat suits? I mean, you can't be cool in a hazmat suit. I don't care what anybody says, but for whatever reason, he loves doing that and he's carrying the light into the beekeeping community by being intimate of the culture in that situation, of those types of people, that he can bring the love of God. I'm just joking. My friend is pretty cool, except when he puts a hazmat suit on. But the point is that God has placed us in situations where we can have intimate knowledge. I don't want to throw these words out there like pagans or lost or sinners. I'm talking about God's lost sheep are everywhere. And the children of God, the children of light, are in circumstances and situations where we have intimacy with different groups of people that need God's glory and light displayed in those areas. And how we're able to do that is finding these connections into those places. Paul ends his speech by quoting these poets. I mean, he talks the Bible, and then at the end, he quotes the Greek poet.
Your insights resonate deeply. Paul's approach in Acts 17 demonstrates the power of meeting people within their cultural context, using familiar touchpoints to introduce them to the truth of the gospel. Just as Paul used Greek poets to communicate with the Athenians, we can find ways to connect with others through the cultural and personal experiences we share with them. Your example about beekeeping beautifully illustrates this concept. Just as your friend connects with others in the beekeeping community, using his knowledge and passion to share God's love, each of us has unique opportunities to connect with different communities based on our backgrounds and interests. This approach emphasizes the importance of authenticity and genuine connection. When we engage with others from a place of understanding and respect, we can create meaningful opportunities to share the message of God's love in a way that resonates deeply with them. It's a powerful reminder that God has placed each of us in unique situations to be a light and bring His truth to those around us.